Every time you say yes when you want to say no, you're paying a hidden tax on your life. Your time, energy, and mental health are the currency, and you're going bankrupt. Ready to stop the drain? Every time you say yes when you want to say no, you're making a withdrawal from an invisible account. Welcome to the hidden cost of people-pleasing. Consider the time debt. Each yeses to others is secretly a no to yourself. Take Sarah, who spent 3 hours helping a colleague with a project while her own deadline loomed. The result? An exhausting all-nighter that left her depleted for days. This wasn't just 3 hours lost, it was quality work, peace of mind, and recovery time sacrificed on the altar of being helpful. Then there's the emotional toll, the silent tax that compounds over time. Research reveals that chronic people-pleasers have significantly higher cortisol levels and report 60% more stress symptoms than those with healthy boundaries. Behind every cheerful, "Sure, I can do that," often lies resentment, anxiety, and a growing emotional exhaustion that few see but you deeply feel. Perhaps most costly is the identity loss. James discovered this after his divorce, realizing he had no hobbies of his own after a decade of only doing what his partner wanted. He'd become such an expert at pleasing others that he'd forgotten how to please himself. His identity, his authentic self, had been taxed into bankruptcy. These aren't just occasional inconveniences, they form the crushing weight of the people-pleasing tax. The question isn't whether you're paying it, but how much it's already cost you. Have you ever wondered why saying yeses feels almost automatic? Let's dig into the root system of people-pleasing that's silently bankrupting your life. The first root runs deep into childhood. Many of us learned early that love came with conditions: make others happy, and you'll be worthy of affection. The data is sobering. Children with highly critical parents are 3 times more likely to develop people-pleasing tendencies. Those early messages, "Don't be difficult," "Make everyone comfortable," become the soil from which our adult behaviors grow. The second root is evolutionary, our fear of rejection. As prehistoric humans, being cast out from the tribe wasn't just uncomfortable, it was a death sentence. This primal fear still drives us today. When we feel that tension between our needs and others' expectations, our brain isn't processing a modern social dilemma. It's triggering an ancient survival alarm that screams, "Conform or perish." The final root is perhaps the most binding, what I call the competence trap. When we succeed at making others happy, it becomes our identity. Take Michael, a brilliant executive who burned out because he couldn't delegate. His entire self-worth was built on being indispensable. The praise he received for solving everyone's problems became an addiction that ultimately bankrupted his health and relationships. Understanding these roots isn't just interesting. It's the first step toward reclaiming your life from the people-pleasing tax. Is your constant yeses costing you more than you realize? Let's explore the warning signs that you might be paying the steep people-pleasing tax. First, watch for physical red flags. Your body often sounds the alarm before your mind catches up. Stress-related illnesses that mysteriously appear during busy periods. Take Elena, who tracked her migraines for 6 months and discovered they only occurred during weeks when she overcommitted to helping colleagues and friends. Your body keeps the score of promises your mind makes. Next, examine your relationships for symptoms. Do you feel a growing resentment toward people you care about? Find yourself avoiding even minor disagreements? Perhaps you're apologizing excessively for things that aren't your fault. David made a startling discovery when he tallied his apologies for one day. 37 "I'm sorries," most for situations he didn't create. These relationship patterns drain your emotional bank account daily. Finally, notice decision paralysis. If you can't choose a lunch spot without polling 3 friends, your decision-making muscle has weakened. Maya realized she had a problem when she spent 3 hours texting friends about which movie to watch, alone in her apartment. When outside approval becomes your compass, you've lost your internal navigation system. Take this moment to ask yourself, how many of these warning signs feel familiar? Recognizing your pattern is the first step toward reclaiming your life's currency. Ever notice how your yeses muscle is incredibly strong, but your no muscle might need some serious training? Welcome to your Boundary Blueprint, your personal guide to strengthening that underused no muscle. Let's start with the delay technique. Replace your automatic yes with this simple phrase, "Let me check and get back to you." This creates a critical decision buffer. Research shows that inserting a 24-hour delay reduces people-pleasing compliance by a remarkable 40%. That's because when you pause, your rational brain catches up with your people-pleasing impulse. Next, clarify your values. Identifying your core priorities makes saying no infinitely easier because you're saying yes to what truly matters. Take Tina, who created a personal mission statement and posted it by her desk as a constant reminder of her priorities. The result? She cut her volunteer commitments in half, reclaiming hours of her life each week for her actual goals. Finally, think of boundary setting as progressive resistance training. Start with small noses in low-risk situations. Carlos began by simply correcting his coffee orders. "Actually, I'd prefer medium, not large." These micro-practices built his confidence for establishing workplace boundaries later on. Remember, every time you honor your own needs, you're depositing value back into your life's account, counteracting the people-pleasing tax that's been bankrupting your time, energy, and happiness. Here's the liberating truth that might surprise you. The authentic you is actually what people prefer. Consider what we call the respect effect. When Priya, a marketing executive, finally started declining unreasonable requests that would keep her at work until midnight, something unexpected happened. Her colleagues didn't resent her. They reported 58% higher trust in her judgment. Why? Because authenticity signals confidence and creates respect in ways compliance never can. Then there's the inspiration factor. When one brave manager decided to stop answering emails after 7 p.m., it created a ripple effect. Within weeks, 4 team members followed suit and reclaimed their evenings. Your boundaries don't just protect you, they give others permission to protect themselves too. Finally, research reveals the relationship depth phenomenon. Studies consistently show relationships with healthy boundaries last 58% longer than those built on people-pleasing dynamics. The math is simple. Real connections require the real you. The irony? By saying no more often, you're actually saying yeses to relationships that truly matter. The people-pleasing tax bankrupts not just your energy, but the very connections you're trying to preserve. Your worth isn't measured by yes. Reclaim your time, energy, and life by setting boundaries. Your authentic self is waiting on the other side of no. Has mob mentality shaped your decisions or community? Share your experiences in the comments below. Subscribe to RockVein for more insights into how historical patterns repeat in modern society. Hit that notification bell and follow the herd by missing our next upload.